Down now, waiting for some people to join. I know there
Excellent.
can sometimes be a little bit of a delay.
Yep.
Nice to see you, Tiku.
And you, lovely, looking lovely.
I've gone for my spring summer look.
I
In
know,
the hopes
right?
that the sunshine will come out.
Bit
So
of
hoping we might be about live now, and we might have some people starting to join. So it's lovely to see you, and thanks for coming. I'm Amelia from Charity People. It's my lovely colleague Tiku.
Hiya, I'm Tiku. Basically, I head up the board and leadership practice here at Charity People, looking after the chief exec and trustee recruitment.
Amazing. And I'm Amelia on the regional team. So I lead sort of board and leadership stuff outside of the regions with my lovely colleague Ellen. We are jumping on live today to talk to you about mentorship and our chief executive mentorship program. So we'd love to see some comments. If anyone's around, say hello, let us know that you're there. If you know any aspiring or new chief execs, feel free to tag them, because this is definitely where they need to be right now. And yeah, we're going to be going live in a couple of minutes, just waiting for a few more people to join. And we're talking all about our mentorship scheme today, which Tiku has kind of been the creator of and led a pilot scheme last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, do you want to tell us a little bit about the scheme, Tiku, as a bit of an intro and just
absolutely.
what's it all about?
Absolutely. So the Charity People mentoring program is essentially a kind of mentoring scheme which is aimed at new chief execs who've been in their position for, say, less than 18 months. Effectively, it's their first job as a chief exec. And it's also open to aspiring chief execs. So currently, they would be in sort of senior leadership roles within their charity, and really their next job would be that of becoming a CEO. So the aim is to essentially guide and support these people. The journey, as we know, to kind of charity leadership can be a very lonely one, especially, with everything else that's going on in the kind of wider sector, charities across the sector facing increasing pressure. New leaders need a safe space and a trustworthy sounding board to help kind of navigate the challenges of the role, really. So that is essentially the sort of main aim of why we want to do the mentoring scheme. We piloted this last year, as you mentioned, Amelia, and it was and has been a resounding success. We've had some great testimonials from people who took part as mentees in that particular program. So I will share a little bit more about that later on. But yeah, that's the kind of aim, really, anyway.
Okay, thanks, Tiku. And yeah, for anybody that's just joining, we're talking all things chief executive mentorship. If you want to drop a comment in the comments box, if you've been a mentor or a mentee, you want to share any stories, please do tag any chief executives or sort of new chief execs or aspiring chief execs you know that this might be relevant for, so that we can get that conversation going. My own experience of mentorship, I was a youth mentor on Onside, shout out to Onside's youth mentorship program, and I know that I got probably more than the mentee out of the experience. It was just a brilliant experience all round. So this opportunity for chief execs and leaders to be involved in a mentorship scheme, we're hoping is going to really add some value to the sector. Can you talk to us a bit, Tiku, about the experiences of some of the mentees and mentors last year? How did the pilot scheme go?
Yeah, absolutely. So we set out with lucky 13 as the number of mentees and mentors. It was the kind of premise was that it was a sort of no fuss, no bureaucracy type scheme. The idea was that the mentors and mentees would commit to 6 months of mentorship. And we felt that initially, a sort of catch up and sessions maybe every 2 weeks for the first 2 months, and then kind of go down to once a month. And again, very much left it up to the mentee mentor pair to decide, how they want to sort of structure, that particular session. So whether it was, face to face, whether it was online, etc. We had, I was absolutely bowled over by the response that we got from the CEOs. I mean, literally, these CEOs are super experienced people, with a real kind of track record of growing organizations with a really deep understanding of the charity sector. And they came from charities, all sizes and shapes, whether they were national charities, international charities and NGOs. And just the fact that they gave their time for free, so generously was just incredible. So we had some amazing testimonials, and really the kind of themes that came out of that were more around, giving clarity. So, through their sessions, they got a lot more clarity. They felt very empowered. Many people felt that it was good to get out of their comfort zones, a lot of clarity in strategic thinking as well. And then looking at sort of, areas that they felt that they could also develop. So those were the kind of common themes that came out of the chat, out of the schemes. And what I'm going to do is also, we did a brilliant recording from one of the mentor-mentee pairs, and the mentee, Vicky, basically got her first chief exec job, which she largely accredited to her mentor, Darius. So we're going to share that video, which I believe we will have a link to that in the comments very soon. So again, it's a great video for anybody thinking about, oh, shall I join this game? What will I expect? This will give you a real kind of fantastic insight, hearing it literally from the horse's mouth as to how that went.
Thanks, Tiku. And just a kind of shout out to the regional people from my network that might be thinking about applying. We really do want this to be a national scheme. And somebody that a new chief exec that I know really well, based in Merseyside, that took part in the scheme, that was paired up with a London-based chief exec. One of the comments that she made to me was that, she would have never met this person without the scheme. And often, we know that the charity sector is super collaborative and that people do ask one another for advice and reach out, but often that is locally and in your own network. And so this is a brilliant opportunity to meet people that you might not meet otherwise through this scheme. So just to really encourage, applications from as far and wide as you like, and across the UK.
Absolutely. And I guess the other thing to mention, Amelia, is that I know obviously when we did the pilot, we said that 20% of the spaces in the pilot scheme would go to candidates from underrepresented communities. Yeah. As you all may very well know, at Charity People, we strive to have the sort of golden thread of EDI running through everything we do as a business, as an agency. And for this particular scheme, we are looking to actually increase that to 40% of the spaces that will go to underrepresented communities. So we have, I believe, at the last count, 20 mentors that have already agreed to give their time so generously. So that basically means that we have space for at least 20 applicants to join in. So there will be some information on how you can apply for this scheme. So watch out for the information on the chat, which will come across very soon. But just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware that EDI is a big part of what we do here at Charity People. So this time it's 40% at least.
Perfect. And probably just worth shouting out as well, if there are any really experienced chief execs that would like to be mentors, you know, we will be able to squeeze you in if you want to be part of it still, and you sort of listening and thinking, goodness, I've missed getting onto that. We can still accept applications from people that might want to be mentors as well. But this particular session's about opening up the application route for mentees. So can you tell us a little bit more, Tiku, about who we've got on the list? We're not going to name names at this stage, but just a little sneaky peek on backgrounds.
Yeah. So look, we have got, I mean, I'd love to give names, but I haven't asked for permission, to be honest with you. So I will reveal once I get permission. But what I can tell you is, just off the top of my head, we've got chief execs from international charities. We've got brilliant chief execs from kind of, LGBT charities. We've got fantastic human rights. I mean, honestly, the list is fantastic. Believe you me, you won't be disappointed. As I said, they've got a real track record of, growing organizations. They've got a real track record of, understanding the sector. They've been working within the sort of sector for a number of years. So they've got a lot of sort of wisdom, information, knowledge to sort of share and pass on to everybody. So, rest assured, you will not be disappointed, by our mentor list. But yeah, we should actually reveal that at some point. But
the big reveal. Tune in for that.
Absolutely.
And just to kind of talk a little bit about the application process as well, and the fact that, part of this, when you go on and look at what the application route looks like, it's not a case of, you work for a hospice, we'll match you with a hospice, unless that's something that you specifically ask for. But there are quite a lot of kind of probing questions around areas of interest in terms of your own development, and what you both want to get from that. And to the best of our ability, we'll try and really match up that in a person-centered way and from a person to person, so that everybody gets what they want from the process. So that's a nice little segue into how can people apply, Tiku?
There should be a link which we will post, but essentially it's now live on our website. So if you go to www.charitypeople.co.uk, on the home page, if you scroll down, there'll be a little section that says join our charity CEO mentor program, and there's all the information that you need on that page. I think it's also probably worthwhile kind of saying at this point is it's good to sort of bear in mind that it's going to be the person that's going to be mentored and not the charity. So, very important sort of difference to sort of point out, really. And as Amelia, very much sort of said, it's much more around, you as a person, what your gaps are, what you think you might be needing help in. Obviously, we'll do our very best to sort of match and try and get, that absolutely scientifically perfect. But also bear in mind that sometimes that might not be possible. So, yeah. I mean, last time we were super oversubscribed by mentees, and I know that there won't be a shortage of mentees this time. So really, we urge you to kind of get applying ASAP. We're looking to just kind of give you a little bit of an idea of timelines. So we're now 18th of April. We'll be looking to close the mentor applications by the end of April, with a view to sort of matching up the mentor and mentee by sort of middle of May, introducing you by the end of May, and then hopefully the sessions to begin in June, obviously, once you arrange all of that amongst yourselves.
Thanks. Somebody in the comments has just said that the link's not working. If that's the case, please don't panic. This post will be up on our Charity People page, and we'll make sure that the link is working, that it's there to apply. So don't worry, if that is broken for whatever reason, we'll get that back up and working again. We are going to really stick to time, because these are meant to be, we could talk for ages and ages about these. And if you do want to talk to us more, please do get in touch, because we'd love to carry on the conversation. But I'm going to try and wrap up now. Any final thoughts, Tiku?
No, just to sort of say, look, if this is something that you've been thinking about, don't think any longer. Just apply, and you never know where this will lead to. We've had, like I said, some fantastic testimonials already from people who found this hugely beneficial. So as I said, it's open to brand new chief execs who've been in their post for less than 18 months. And also open to aspiring chief execs. So you might be part of the senior leadership team, and really the next role that you'd be looking for would be that to become a chief exec. Please also, just a quick note to say, we would love to sort of have this as a kind of international or European sort of wide program, but at this moment it's just kind of around the UK, really. So yeah, please, I'm really sorry if you're not based in the UK, but just for it's not going to be sort of outside of UK.
Okay, that's amazing. Thanks so much, Tiku, for sharing all experiences from last year. We're going to close this off now. Lovely to see you all. Thanks for coming. Get applying.
Thank you for joining. And we look forward to kind of catching up with everybody very soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.